Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We have some big news. First of all, we have been bought out. The team was bought by a Swedish tycoon, which, surprising on my part at least, I wasn't expecting that to happen. We are now a rich club. Owner loves the club, thankfully. I didn't get sacked. In fact, he even put in the little, if it's actually... let me quickly have a look. Can't remember when it was that we actually happened. It was a while back. Anyway, brief update from the club. Yeah, so they are happy with me continuing my job, but they are making sure we get EuroLeague rather than mid-table, which is what they're trying to get. And they've had an investment of £57 million. So, very nice. Very nice indeed. So the owner of the club now is... Oh God, I don't even know his name is. That's very bad. I apologise. Alexander Andersson. So we've got a good Swedish chairman. Ashley Woods and Stuart George, the new managing director and senior director. Then we've got 3 Swedish directors. So obviously Jim Swan is probably going to be her... Not Jim Swan, sorry. Stuart George is going to probably be a translator for these 3 to Ashley Woods. No major updates in terms of staff, I don't believe, at least not important ones. No, nothing important I can see there. One big news is we have got a £40 million offer. I can see, not £40 million here, £40 million of next season's budget for Mateus, a Brazilian one-day kid striker, who, when he comes in, will probably make Alvaro lose his position, I have to admit. And that is, admittedly, something I'm not happy about, but he is a 4-star player with a 5-star potential. He's better than both Louis Barry and Alvaro. And despite Alvaro being potentially better than Louis Barry, he is English, so we have to keep him around to fill that English spot. So, yeah, we need to make sure we have some things about that. But as you can see, he's a very good player. I don't think he's played for Brazil. Oh, he has played for Brazil, actually. 2 caps for Brazil, which in and of itself is very impressive for a new striker. But yeah. In the last game, we had a 3-1 win. But Mario Augusto made the last 40 minutes very tense because he got himself sent off for a terrible tackle. I mean, he came in 2-footed from behind from what I could see on the actual game clip that they showed. 2-footed from behind. He deserved to be sent off, and because of it, he's not going to play for the rest of October. So we've got Sahajovic in at left back, and if Sahajovic gets injured, I'll lift the ban on Mario Augusto, as long as it's not injured in today's game. It's Feyenoord because we can't play him against Aston Villa. We'd have to go for maybe 3 at the back, which wouldn't be good, I have to say. But we've picked up a little bit, I must admit, since you last saw us. We've got 2 wins in the league and 2 draws, with a win over Lazio as well, meaning that in the Champions League we are currently sitting 2nd place, 2 points ahead of Lazio and Feyenoord, but a full 3 points behind Real Madrid, because they demolished Feyenoord 6-0. So I'm glad that I'm playing them next. No big news in terms of anything else, I don't believe. So let's get to the fixture, let's get to the game, and let's see if we can beat them. Because we really should. Today's game, we've got Plazari in goal with Kelvan, Eduardo, Yola and Sahajovic at the back. Doyle and Nato sitting in the central of midfield, with Jovanovski, Yildirim and Ross Barkley making his first full debut for the club in attacking midfield, because Roberto Lopez wanted a little bit of a rest in the West Ham game, so put on the bench for this game, because even though he's got nearly full condition, we're not going to risk him. We'll probably have him as a substitute. And we've got Louis Barry back in up front. Mario Augusto, as I mentioned, he's here, not playing, not even on the bench. He's a bit annoyed with me because I moaned at him for getting sent off, but what can you do? Rafa on the bench for Ianis Hadji, because he got himself sent off in the Lazio game, so that was going to be a bit of a difficult one to work with. and obviously Erdogan on the bench for Mario Augusto. We are going to be attacking in this game because we expect to win it, obviously. So we're going to try and get maybe 2, maybe 3 goals if we're lucky in the Feyenoord fixture. And should we beat them successfully enough, at least, we should be fairly secure if we beat them in the next game that a draw would be enough against Lazio to see us through. Because I don't think Lazio are going to beat Real Madrid, just to be blunt about it. So I'm expecting a win. They're motivated, which is very nice. A bit of news from the board as well. I'm hoping that we're going to get a big pile of money for the January window, because I'm looking to try and sign some English players, especially young English players. Actually, I might just add that in. Young English players, like English defenders, because as you can see, we haven't got a single Englishman in the defence, because Axel Tuanzebe is the only Englishman we have at the back, and he is on the bench. So, Jovanovski very nearly making it 1-0. But yes, before I was sidetracked, we've only got one English defender, being Axel Tuanzebe, so that is a bit of a worry, of course, because we need to have Englishmen at the back to work with the squad registration stuff. Simple as that. Zahajovic now at the ball, and never mind, it's the end of the highlight. I should have spoken earlier about all of this. But we've done fairly well so far. Shot to shots equal, although Feyenoord have got an attack here, working, crossing the ball in probably. Yep, brought in and scored by Konstantin Westerveld, which is great. I'm going to demand more immediately after seeing that. I'm going to skip the goal because it was very poor defending from the boys at the back, and we need to bring in some good defenders as well on top of Yola and Eduardo, because they're not quite first team ready, as you can see, for Champions League football. As well as that, we need good left backs and right backs because they're not quite that ready yet. I mean, Kelvin and Erdogan aren't going to be anywhere near good enough for first team Champions League football in the near future. And I believe that was offside. Oh no, it wasn't, it was an own goal. Even better. So it's now 1-1, thankfully, after getting that equaliser. I was a bit worried that the shot from Barry there would have been offside from Jovanovski's kick, but clearly it wasn't. From that view, you could easily see that Louis Barry was in a much better position to take that ball than I had originally thought. But after 40 minutes, it is only 1-1, and some of our players are tiring quickly, such as Jovanovski. But thankfully, Jovanovski on the bench, we do have Rafa, we have Alvaro, so we can make the change if necessary. I'm going to passionately say there, go back out and get 1 goal, we win. Simple as that. And I will be taking off Yildirim for Nestorov, because Yildirim's low on condition and he's a bit poor today. Oh, Kelvin, I just noticed, now 6.3, so he is coming off immediately for Erdogan. I am not risking having him playing on there if he's got a 6.3. I'm going to ask for some creativity as well to start this half. We have not been doing well possession-wise in this game, I have to admit, but we've had the same number of shots on target as they've had shots in total, which is very good to see, obviously. But as you can see, they've started this half somewhat better, in that they've got a few more shots, and his day just got much worse, Hidde ter Avest, because he scored an own goal and he's got himself injured, which is, admittedly, I would say, probably frustrating for the manager. I'm going to demand more from the team because we need a goal. Anyone watching this game would know that we'd need just that 1 goal and probably will win this match. And I'm going to make the next change now, and I'm going to bring Jovanovski off for Rafa, not Alvaro. I'm going to have Rafa play as an inverted winger on an attack instruction, so that we can hopefully get him in to try and score a goal on his debut, which would be nice, of course. Right, Rafa, the experienced winger, on for the Jovanovski, the Macedonian wonder kid. I'm going to offer some passion to go into the next few moments, and clearly that wasn't going to end in a goal, that highlight, so just ended immediately. And for the last 10 minutes, we're going to have to go very attacking because we can't draw this game at 1-1. Yulla plays the ball to Eduardo, back to Yulla. Back all the way to the goalkeeper in Plazzari now. Plazzari holding the ball up and drawing a Feyenoord striker forward. And unfortunately, that was a very poor header from Nestorov. Nestorov, I believe that is on the left. Yes, it is. But thankfully, the ball falls back to him now. And the ball played forward to Louis Barry now, into the box, shoots, falls to Barkley, back to Barry, who does shoot but is offside, so it won't count. Although it did look a bit offside to me, I have to admit, so I'm not going to claim he was onside and that it was undeservedly called. Oh, actually. Oh, I would not have given that offside. I'm sorry. He is on. You could see the red line was behind the yellow one. That is unfair. That is very unfair. And we might have just lost our chance of winning this game because of it. That is a frustrating ruling there from the referee. And with 1 minute left, I think that is it. 1-1 at the Cup in Rotterdam. That was terrible. Oh wait, wrong one. I thought my mouse was over dressing room, but it wasn't. I'm going to be very assertive in saying that it was unlucky that it wasn't our day because, yeah, unlucky. That VAR result was unlucky for us. Because that goal should have stood. It really should have. And as you can see, £105,000 a week for Rafa could probably be a bit too much money, so we might try and sell him at the next transfer window, if possible. But a good £750,000 from the draw with Feyenoord puts us in good stead for keeping ourselves financially afloat. I mean, we've almost got £100 million in the bank. We don't need to stay financially afloat because we are going to do that fairly easily. But given the fact that we've got £70 million of profit this season, mainly coming from obviously the investment from the board, yeah, I think I'm doing quite well. So obviously the next fixture you'll see will be one at Villa Park against Aston Villa, a game that if we were to win could climb us up to 4th, but if we were to lose could fall all the way to 11th place. So let's hopefully not lose. So until then, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.